So I'm still exploring who I am. And perhaps you too, right? That deep curiosity, this can't be it. Something's really wrong with the whole thing, that who I perceive myself to be, and why my life keeps unfolding in certain ways, right? There's themes to unfoldings, there's themes to my seeming challenges and problems. Perhaps you can relate, right? And especially, I think, when we had so much trauma or childhood abuse and things like that, that makes you question your existence or who I am on a very fundamental level, even more so perhaps than if you had not happen. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Let me know. But I have been questioning this for as long as I can remember, from very tiny ages. So I'm somewhat obsessed about it, and I am doing things in perhaps rather extreme ways that I might not suggest or recommend you do follow. But perhaps the exploration, that looking inward, can be done in not, you don't have to give up everything like I do and move out or live in nature. I'm kind of in a national park, camping ground, whatever. Right? But that really simple life, stripping away all complexities, to give myself even more space to explore that me and my life stories, all those roles that I have been playing, and that once they're stripped away from me, who am I beyond that, right? If you've been following me for a while, you know that I used to have very large support groups for people with complex PTSD, and a lot of one-on-one clients, and I've had a very active kind of social media presence and doing lots of videos, right? And even having to give that up, right? You perhaps noticed that for a couple of years that I cut it right back, and I stopped it, because I wanted to know who I am actually beyond this role. This is a role that I'm playing, right? Can you see that? Like your career is a role. Being a sister, being a daughter, being, especially for me, moving different countries. I don't speak any language properly. I have an accent in English. I can't remember Austrian properly. I can't speak Upper German properly, because sometimes people ask me if I give sessions in German. It's like, no. I don't even know the words anymore. It'd be but it's an interesting thing. I have so many people, I meet so many people, especially now on the road, that are bilingual, right? So a language, or having lived in different cultures, cannot define who you are. When you're stripping those away, there's the more surface layers, I found, like those roles that I just described, the career, the obvious ones that we're all playing. But as you pull them away, you're noticing themes, very strong themes, right? And the theme I'm exploring for myself, my personal theme, underline it's once you see it, you can see it pop up everywhere in your life, and it kind of takes away that pull, the gravity, that traction, that magnetism, right? But for me, there was always that theme that I don't belong, and I had that from very little, like not just don't belong to my family kind of thing, or to belong to I don't belong to this world. I had so much resistance to being in this body. Right? And perhaps you can relate. Perhaps this is one of your core themes too. It might not be, right? Perhaps it's more like people can't be relied on, or I am not worthy, I'm a failure. We have, or I'm fundamentally flawed. People have all sorts of themes, and to a certain extent I had all of them. Right? But that I don't belong is woven into everything, right? Everything. And I love going really, really deep on this, but so I don't know where you're on your journey, where you're pulling away kind of surface layers, or whether you're still trying to manage some really strong complex PTSD symptoms, right? I recommend, I think it's a good idea to look at that first, so you can be more grounded and secure and feel like I can go to those deeper layers, which will bring up some really intense raw emotions, existential emotions, existential fears or grief and things like that. But because you already have tools that you use to manage your PTSD symptoms, you can also use them here to help you kind of somewhat stabilize if you do need to stabilize, right? If that's what if you want to go all the way deep and really be in that, the essence, the truth of who you are, that the nature of your being, it is bottomless, right? It's a never-ending kind of journey. But when we're sticking on the sense of belonging, what I mean by going deeper is to really not that the thoughts as in if I walk into this room, oh, they didn't look at me, I energetically felt their rejection, or they're so different, I get the sense, right? Those are thoughts. I don't mean on a thought level. Exploring it, go inward. Where in your body do you feel when that felt sense, I don't belong? How do you know? Right? And if you have a felt sense that I belong here in nature, that I have a sense of belonging here, where does that felt sense start and the felt sense of I don't belong begin? Where's that line? How do you know the difference between the two? To really go to the felt senses, not what your mind chatter does. Your mind will have all sorts of suggestions and try to distract you and pull you away and out of it, and do not fully go do the depth of it. But that's what I have been exploring, and I love, as it is intense as it is, I love it as well. It's and I enjoy having deep conversations with people, right? Being on the road and meeting strangers all the time, I'm talking to people, having some very deep conversations with them, and I never even caught their name, right? We don't even know where they are from or anything, but you can have some very deep conversations, and they can help you unravel something within yourself you're noticing, right, in those conversations. So I love having deep conversations with other people as well. So it's not just that I'm completely isolating myself. I do spend a lot of time by myself, but I also have social connections. I just want to do, I when we're talking about extremes, we want to know the underlying reason why am I going out in the bush because I'm running away from something, right? To explore that, or is it really still in alignment within my exploration? So that is just something that I feel we want to check in with ourselves often, right? Why am I here? Why am I doing this? What am I getting myself into here? There's so much. I thought there was one more thing that I wanted to mention on that sense. It's gone. I can't think of it right now. But yeah, giving yourself that permission. But I do feel like if you're in a kind of crisis mode and you can't manage your emotional flashbacks and things like that, then it's better to work on that first than that sense of self, your core. I feel it in my case that has worked better. But please let me know down in the comments too, like how you feel about that. You know, perhaps in on your path you went straight in and you just explored your sense of self right from the beginning, and it's worked really well for you too, right? There is no one way. Whatever I do could be catastrophic for someone else, right? Whatever you do might be catastrophic to someone else, or it might work wonderful for someone else, right? That it's becoming so in tune again with the felt senses in your body, and being guided by them rather than having other people dictate onto you what you're doing. I don't do that at all. I mean, I have opened up my calendar again. I do take clients, but I don't have a program. I'm not teaching you step by step on what to do or what my path was. It doesn't, right? I do share in certain ways, and you know, for certain symptoms, if you have the same symptoms, and it's like, oh yeah, this is a kind of the practice and techniques that I use to help me manage those, and they can be a ignite something in you to come up with your own ideas, with your own twists and tweaks around how that could work for you, or give you ideas to waken up that creativity again, right? We had so much trauma and disconnection, it kills creativity. You can't be creative when your nervous system's completely dysregulated and just about how can I restore safety within my body. Right? When this is your main focus, it works against the creativity. Is a completely different area of your brain and different pathways, right? But anyway, let's not get into that. So that's just what I am up to at the moment. That's my exploration. Yeah, I'm always curious to hear from you too, and I hope you find this helpful. Bye.